Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 81, and this issue concerns the Sagittarius goat. As you can see on the captions before the video, those are the dates you have to be to fall into this Eastern and Western Zodiac combination. If there's any 12 prior to the first date I put down, 12 years prior, because that's how it always comes round, 12 year blocks. Just notify me, email me, and I'll let you know the dates that concern 12 years, 24 years before that, or whatever. So, don't hesitate to contact. Okay, let's start straight away then with the Sagittarius goat. As a child, we're looking at the early school. What do we notice about this combination? Well, the goat can be a little bit shy, a little bit secretive even, and takes a little while to come out of their shell. But with the Sagittarius in the mix, it makes them a little bit more confident, and also makes them a lot more jovial, in the sense of they are a bit of a joker, and this is very apparent. They do like to mimic and take the mickey out of people quite early. They're friends, all in good-heartedness, and you won't find anything malicious in these. They might call someone fatty or something like that, but they'd be a mate. They wouldn't call it just people random, to other kids random, but they're friends, or they have a little nickname there that might be deemed a little bit derogatory, but it's just fun, and it is all just good pranks and fun times. That's what they like, and you'll see that as they're developing in the school time, going through the years into junior and senior. They keep that wonderful sense of humour. They really do love a laugh, and as I say, they're great fun to be around, because they always have a joke. They always look on the positive and bright side. If they're very good at picking up friends when they're low or they're a bit down, because you've got to trust the Sagittarian goat to say, hey, let's look at the funny side, and they will, and they'll get you giggling, and they would do their very best to cheer you up and also help you out. I mean, you have got a real solid friend here. They look at things, as I say, in a very positive and in quite an expansive manner, so they can come up with some great ideas to help you out. So they're always a great influence to have around. When we talk of that the goat can be a little bit timid until they get to know you and all that, well, so the Sagittarians taken that away, so they are the jokers, as I say, but they have a very good strict rhythm with themselves. Unlike other Sagittarians who can get a little bit low when they think very deeply, Sagittarians are very philosophical, and they can think deeply, and they can have little moments of downtime where they've just bogged themselves down with thoughts about life and death from quite a young age. They do think about that. That does trouble them quite a bit. The meaning of life troubles them. They tend to come to these questions quite young, teenage years, and seem to have a fascination of what's the whole point of being. Well, this one isn't plagued with that, prone to being a little bit depressed or over thoughtful on stuff like that. They can drag themselves out of that very quickly, because, as I say, they are an optimistic combination. They will maybe say, well, hey, what happens happens. I'm here to enjoy friends, to enjoy my life, and they do try and fill it with fun and activities, but they have a good structure. They have a great work ethic, and they also have a wonderful structure with timekeeping, their own set rhythm. They'll be quite health conscious, and that goes into later age as well. They will be ones to look after their bodies, eat and do the right things, plenty of exercise. They will have this little rhythm, their own little ways and eccentricities that they do things, but just let them be, because that's when they're at their happiest. But I say, you always get a smile from them. I've known some people too, because this is a bit of a joker sign, to maybe think that, not that they're a soft character, but that they're a bit of a pushover, because, they're always, willing to make people laugh rather than, sometimes stand their ground and have an argument. But be very wary. This is a very skillful fighting combination, so people can come unstuck with this combination. Absolutely, very skillful in self-defense and also in attacks. You've got to remember the goat doesn't go to attack, but if you try and get them out of this happy mood by thinking, you know, occasionally people come along and laugh and think, what are they so happy about? They're getting on my nerves, they're putting inappropriate jokes or whatever, you know, and people can cop the ump. But be very, very wary of ever getting that, because there's no malice involved in this combination, so they wouldn't mean to hurt your feelings. A simple, oh, you know, that's got me down a little bit, what you said, is suffice, and they'd be very apologetic. But really think seriously about taking them on in the combat area, because, you know, this combination is highly skilled. The goat is excellently skilled at this art, and every hit or every strike will hit the target, and they can do this, you know, without any failure. You know, if you come into the attack on them, they will be there and more than defend themselves. So let them be happy, let them have a laugh in the office, because they're going to be a good worker. You know, they will joke around, but they will get their work done as well, and they'll be a good person to have around. Morale, you know, you've got to think of team issues here. They're fantastic in the team. They're not a leader, absolutely not, but they're a great team player. You know, they're the foot soldiers. They will put in the hours, and you know, they're very good at it, and they're always, you know, even if they've got a mucky, horrible job, you know, they crack on with it, they get it done, they don't bleat about it, you know, and in fact always see the funny side. So if we look at great combinations for this combination to go with, you know, the goat possibly can be a little bit promiscuous early, so let's try and catch this this combination in the middle 20s, which I would say they're nice and settled in their job, they love their work, and they will really be willing to sort of like you know, get out there and start a real strong relationship. And I really feel that there is a possibility that they could be unfaithful, but it's only there as a revenge technique. They're not ones to strike the first blow in that sense, but rest assured, if they have had a wrongdoing, they will equal it up. That's as simple as that. So you've got to be, you know, wary that when you go into the relationship with this combination, that you are in it for the long haul. And if you are, you know, you're going to have a great fun companion. So let's look at the best combinations for this sign. So we've got to go for the pigs with the goat. You know, you do get that lovely warmth from the pigs and the goat, and it's a very romantic combination, and it's a very sensual one. So let's look for the Aquarius, we'll look for the Gemini, we will look for the Aries, we will also look for the Leo, and we'll also look for the Libra. It's not often that I put in an opposite, but the Gemini, yeah, they can, you know, be a right fun combination with Sagittarius. Not with all of them, but a certain respect in this one is definitely worth a try. So also we've got to be looking at the rabbits. The rabbits, okay, they need a little bit warming up. The goat likes a bit of sensuality, but you know, the home will be a palace. There will be some fun times, there'll be some great talking, you know, be some fascinating talks there, and some real sort of dreams that can be, you know, they may seem bizarre dreams, out there dreams, but those two are achievers together, and I can really see that working. So let's go for the Aquarius rabbit, the Aries rabbit, the Leo rabbit, and the Libran rabbit. You know, all very solid and really will, you know, they really will sort of complement each other in any relationship. The ones we have to look to avoid, well, it's the oxen. The oxen, the goat, okay, yes, the ox can be quite strict on themselves on the timetable, and the goat may look at that admiringly from a distance, but when if they're ever together in a scenario, you know, in closeness, it really tends to be they run at a different rhythm. They've got a totally different way of, you know, using that clock. The ox is quite a quiet sign, and the goat sometimes does need to talk into the wee hours and does need to sort of mull over stuff, you know, and they do want to sort of have a bit of a laugh, and sometimes the ox can seem a little serious and a little sort of like head down, and sometimes goes into her own world. So it wouldn't work out like that, because the goat will think that the ox is harbouring bad and ill feeling, and vice versa. The ox will look at the goat and think they're too flippant, they're mucking about too much, do they ever take anything seriously? Well, you know, the Sagittarius goat does, but it's they do it in their own unique way, and they just wouldn't click. Health-wise, well, as I say, this is a really, really good fit combination, looking after themselves into a later age, very much so. They will, you know, willingly do weights into their 50s, 60s, keeping trim, you know, running, excellent for all of that, cycling as well. So I have no thoughts of any outstanding health worries or issues that they need to concern themselves with. Thank you very much for tuning into this episode, and please join me for the next one. Thank you.